Like I've been around people who are the smartest people in the room and their finances are in shambles. What's up, good people? I hope you're doing extremely well. I was sitting here with my daughter Lola. Hey Lola, say hello.
Hello.
While we were doing one of her episodes for her channel, I was thinking about what I was recording for my channel later, and I just decided to just kind of sit and, talk about it right now. So if we're in a different location that I'm usually in for the Free Spur channel, and that's why. And we're just kind of playing chess. So, but the topic I wanted to talk to you guys about was around, are your emotions keeping you broke? A lot of times we have these conversations about just spending money and being financially independent and all these things. And we kind of go around the main issue that I think is the main issue, which is our emotional intelligence and kind of the way we think about money and the way we feel about ourselves. For whatever reason, our spending habits is greatly tied to our emotions. Even if we are spending on things that we need or want, we do those things a large part in how we are feeling, or we spend in how we are feeling. For example, if we are feeling poorly about ourselves or something that we have done, we may have emotional spending habits. Like we may go and splurge out on things that we really don't need to buy. And I think sometimes we don't know we're doing that, when sometimes we do. Some people are very conscious that they're emotional spenders and they're okay with that, and that's okay. But I think for some people that are kind of caught in I'm going to go ahead and move back. Some people that are kind of caught in the matrix of emotional spending and they don't realize that they're doing that. It's hard and it can be difficult because it puts you in that space where you have to make decisions after you have done something that is catastrophic. So you may be feeling some kind of way, and then you do something, and then you have to make another decision after you've done something that really has gotten you into a worse situation. So it ends up being this loop of emotional turmoil that causes you to spend even more irresponsibly. And that's really what it boils down to, is, us being able to be responsible for the things that we do. And if we really think about that and really think about the core issue that's happening there, I think it comes down to, are we in a space that is causing us to do things that we don't want to do based on how we feel about ourselves? And if that is the core of, what it is, can we start addressing that core issue? Can we start addressing the core issue of ourselves, and how will that translate into us being able to become, financially independent or become in a better place financially? Where were you?
I was here.
Yeah, you have to watch her. She cheats at chess.
So. I did not cheat. I went.
No, it's okay.
Look, it's an L.
It's okay. I'm still gonna. Oh, I see what you're doing. I see you.
Yes.
But I'll do this anyway.
Oh, great.
But yeah, just, us being in a place of, where we can start to think about that core issue and really address that is really important, because I think, most of the times we don't. We're thinking about it on the surface level. We're thinking about, how do I fix my credit? How do I, start making more money? Or how do I, invest? We're trying to address those surface things. And sometimes the core, as we just talked about, the core of it is just, how do I feel better about myself so I can stop making bad financial decisions? And sometimes you just want to get there. I just want to get there because I for myself too, and for the people that I love that are around me, definitely want to think about that. And so I think that's a good way to start framing that conversation and really get into the core of what we're doing financially to ourselves and why we're making the decisions that we make is a really good thing. So, I really hope that that is something that we can start to do. And I hope this isn't coming across in the wrong way for people who are, in whatever situations, in debt or whatever. I don't at any point want to come across as, speaking down to any situations that are out there. So that's not at all what I'm talking about. I'm just saying that I would love to, be encouraging in a way that helps people get to the root of what their financial issues are, even if it's just education. Sometimes it is just education about, specific things that have not been talked about in that person's life for whatever reason. There are a lot of different factors that lead to our ignorance about financial things. And sometimes it's very simple and sometimes it's very complex. So just to speak to that, I don't want to diminish anybody's situation that way, but I would love for people to be able to get to the point of really talking about core issues and addressing those and actually fixing those things, because I've seen it on many different levels. Like, I've been around people who are the smartest people in the room and their finances are in shambles. And I've been around people who, don't come from the best backgrounds economically, but because they are whole and they are understanding of who they are, their finances aren't in shambles and they aren't ever lacking or without, because they understand who they are and they have a completeness about them, even if they don't make an exorbitant amount of money, and that's the crazy thing. Like, I've been around doctors, lawyers, people who society tells you that are the creme de la creme when it comes to education, and they can't balance their checkbook to save their life. And I've been around people, again, who you would think, who society tells you these are the people who come from poverty and who come from, disadvantaged situations, and they are some of the greatest financial minds you could, ever want to meet. And I think it stems from not the education all the time, but it stems from what they believe about themselves and what they understand about how money works and what they understand about their emotional intelligence in those situations. And that's really what it is. A teacher of mine said it best. I never forget this. When I was a kid, a teacher of mine, she always used to walk around the classroom saying, common sense, common sense, common sense. All you need is common sense. And, as I got older, I really knew what she was talking about. As a kid, you're thinking about common sense. Okay, we all have common sense. But in a large part of what she was talking about is that you can be the smartest person in the room, but if you don't have common sense and you don't know how to apply those things to yourself emotionally and get in between your emotional turmoil and navigate the things that are happening to you financially, it doesn't matter. You're still lumped into the same basket with, the disadvantage, because you're putting yourself at a disadvantage. So, just want you guys to think about that. I thought it was interesting because, we're talking with my daughter Lola on her channel, and I'll let you guys know about that a little later. We're kind of building her channel right now. But yeah, really, really fun time in the world right now. I think a lot of things are happening and a lot of opportunity is happening for people to grow on a lot of different levels. I just want to make sure that you guys are growing on all of those levels and not just getting caught up in some of them and negating the real core of what's happening. So hope this was helpful to someone, and I love you guys, and we'll see you in the next one.